Hi, my name is Nathan, and this is my special guest, Wangu. Jumping right into it, we have definitely seen concerted efforts between the central bank and government with regards to managing the monetary policy rate, controlling inflation, uh, controlling inflation, stabilizing the exchange rate, and possibly also enhancing government's control over its finances, right? So this can be seen in the events that have taken place in the past weeks, right? Namely, number one being government ordering that its deposits from commercial banks be moved to Control 99. So this is an estimate of 12 to 14 billion kwacha worth of funds being moved from the hands of the commercial banks, right? Then secondly is central bank increasing the statutory reserve ratio from 17% to 26%, right? This also has an estimated impact of 8 billion kwacha. So overall, we're looking at a 20 billion kwacha plus movement of funds from the hands of the commercial banks to the central bank, right? From the central bank perspective, this means that now they cannot use 20 billion kwacha to create assets. They cannot use that money to create credit onto the market, which effectively takes out kwacha from circulation, right? And coming up in the next few days is the Monetary Policy Committee meeting, where they will decide what the new monetary policy rate will be, right? And looking at the events that have happened, we expect that the monetary policy rate will be raised by a few basis points to add on to the tightening that the central bank and the government are already implementing, right? These measures that have taken place, of course, working out, at least for the short term, because we can see that in the impact of the kwacha. So if you see what has happened to the kwacha in the past week, it opened around the levels of 27.6, 27.57, around those levels, and now it's trading under 27.2, right? So we can see an appreciation, right? So clearly, in the short term, these measures are working. So for the long term, for the long term, the effects of these measures will depend on how effectively they're implemented, right? With the broader economic context, of course, right? And how they will interact with other domestic and global factors. So a continuous assessment, adjustment, and monitoring of these measures will be very key in order to achieve economic stability and economic growth, right? So, of course, what we expect is we expect a slowdown in the depreciation of the kwacha. We expect a slowdown in the inflation rate, the increase in the inflation rate. These are what we expect. But of course, what interacts with the economy are so many other factors that we are yet to see, right? So for the short term, clearly it's panning out to be what I think they expect it to be. So let's see how it's going to pan out for the long term. Otherwise, this is my short briefing on what has been happening. We'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.